Your brain is not supposed to become mush from endless scrolls. Yet what if it already is? Today, we're diving into a question no one really wants to ask. Could what people are calling brain rot actually doom humanity? Or at least doom large parts of it? In this video, we'll break down what brain rot really means, how it works, what the science says, what the risks are for our future as a species, and whether we're facing a slow-motion cognitive collapse. Stick around, because by the end you'll know whether we're looking at panic button territory or just another internet scare. Let's start with a story. Imagine a teenager, let's call her Maya. She lies in bed at midnight, scrolling through short-form videos, memes, bizarre challenges, 10-second celebrity clips, repeat. Hours pass. The next day, she has trouble focusing at school, finds reading a whole paragraph difficult, feels foggy. No, it's not your lazy fault. It may be the effect of her digital diet. That scenario embodies what many mean by brain rot, a kind of mental fog, loss of focus, shorter attention span, weaker planning and memory. But is it real? The term brain rot was named by Oxford University Press as their Word of the Year 2024, defined as the supposed deterioration of a person's mental or intellectual state, especially viewed as the result of overconsumption of material, now particularly online content, considered to be trivial or unchallenging. In other words, brain rot isn't a medical diagnosis, but it's a cultural label for something that people are noticing. According to experts, the phenomenon is tied to digital overload. Endless passive consumption of content, short forms, mindless scrolling, doom scrolling, consuming negative news, and the constant attention flipping between apps. Let's unpack how this might affect the brain. First, attention and focus. Some research suggests that heavy media multitasking and high screen use are associated with lower gray matter in the prefrontal regions, which are key for planning, decision-making, impulse control. Also, constant switching of attention builds habits of superficial thinking versus deep thinking. Your brain gets used to bite-sized stimuli. WebMD reports, if you spend most of your time on social media, you may find it harder to finish a work project, read a book, or even hold a conversation. Memory and problem-solving take a hit too. Because when you consume trivial content, you're not forming complex neural pathways the way you do when reading densely, analyzing, reflecting. One commentary says, brain rot erodes cognitive performance, disrupts emotional balance, and hinders productive behaviors. Emotion and mood. Doom scrolling or endless passive content can lead to emotional desensitization, anxiety, negative self-worth. A review found links between the overconsumption of low-quality digital content and reduced executive functioning skills, including memory, planning, decision-making. But, and here's the caveat, it's not conclusive that scrolling alone causes irreversible brain damage. Many scientists emphasize there is no strong evidence that screen time of itself changes brain structure in a way we know will doom humanity. So why is this concept gaining traction, and why are we asking if it will doom humans? Because our world is changing fast. Younger generations, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, are growing up immersed in digital content, short-form video, immersive algorithms designed to keep attention. Some scholars worry this creates a generation less capable of deep focus, critical thinking, sustained effort. If large portions of humanity lose those capacities, our ability to innovate, to self-govern, to solve complex problems could suffer. Here's the big problem. If many people lose the ability to focus deeply, think critically, resist distraction, then the challenges we face, climate change, pandemics, artificial intelligence governance, geopolitical conflict, become harder to solve. It's a bit like this. You hand someone a complex puzzle, but their brain is on autopilot from years of consuming 10-second clip after 10-second clip. They may struggle to even engage. The risk isn't just individual fogginess, it's societal. Consider this: a workforce that struggles with sustained attention, a democratic population less able to analyze, a culture that prizes instant gratification and snackable content over discipline and depth. The challenge is, are we sowing seeds of cognitive stagnation? Are we making it harder for humanity to evolve when evolution increasingly demands deep, sober thought and collaboration? Let's zoom out. Historically, human progress has often followed improvements not just in raw intelligence, but in attention span, sustained study, discipline. For example, the rise of universities, printing, reading books, long-form conversation. Now we might be reversing that in some sectors. We skim more, we read less deeply, we switch tabs constantly. Some researchers refer to digital dementia in younger people. But there's more nuance. Not all screen time is equal. Purposeful learning, interactive tasks, problem-solving games might actually enhance cognitive skills. The worry is low-value content, stuff that gives little challenge, little reflection, constant passive reward. One study said, those who felt the most attached to short videos had noticeable differences in their brain structure. More gray matter in the orbitofrontal cortex and cerebellum, maybe sign of heightened sensitivity to short video stimuli. Think about that. Our brains change in response to input. If the input is endless dopamine bursts from short clips, our brains adapt to expect that. And when presented with slower, deeper thinking, they might balk. It's like training your legs to sprint and then expecting them to do a marathon easily. They won't. Another dimension: energy and motivation. When your brain's reward circuits get hijacked by constant novelty and distraction, you may feel less motivated to engage in tasks that require delayed gratification. That shift could lead to fewer people pursuing challenging careers, fewer people reading long books, fewer people engaging deeply in science or civic life. The key moment: if the pool of deep thinkers shrinks, society's ability to deal with big issues shrinks. Now, doom thinking alert, but it's worth exploring. What if this trend multiplies globally? With each generation spending more time in digital snack mode, the average attention span drops, the average baseline critical thinking weakens, and productivity and innovation stagnate. Combined with technological leaps, AI, automation, some tasks humans used to do may be replaced. But if humans aren't primed to evolve into the next tier, system thinkers, creative problem solvers, then humanity might plateau or even regress. Doom might mean not end of humans, but a slower slide into stagnation, fewer breakthroughs, more superficial culture. Here's the key moment. The question we must face is not if brain rot exists in some form, it likely does, but whether it's poised to become a tipping point for human potential. And we may already be at that tipping point. The science suggests serious warning signs: reduced attention, weaker memory, emotional dysregulation, cognitive overload. But we still lack large-scale longitudinal proof that whole generations will collapse cognitively. What we can say is, if we keep feeding ourselves cheap digital dopamine and skip deep thought, we create a brittle society. Imagine this: an AI breakthrough happens, but the humans around it, used to quick hits of distraction, struggle to understand it, control it, steer it. The tech evolves faster than the human mind that uses it. That mismatch is more dangerous than any one virus. Brain rot isn't just a joke meme. It could signal that our mental infrastructure is weakening at a time when we need it stronger than ever. So where does that leave us? Let's recap. Brain rot refers to the decline in mental or intellectual faculties tied to overconsumption of trivial or unchallenging online content. Evidence indicates associated issues: shorter attention span, memory and focus problems, emotional fog, altered brain structure in heavy users. The threat isn't instantaneous collapse, but gradual erosion of cognitive capacity across individuals and cultures. If many people drift into passive consumption, deep thinking suffers. and societal resilience weakens. That sets the stage for potential doom scenario. Human mental capacity lags while challenges, tech, climate, geopolitical, accelerate. If we are less able to think deeply, plan long-term, adapt, we may be in real trouble. The good news, it's not inevitable. Brain rot isn't permanent brain damage. It's reversible in many cases. If you want to boost your brain and the world's brain, check out our next video right now. It's about how to build deep focus in a distracted age. If this helped you feel even 1% better, go ahead and hit that like button, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more simple ways to upgrade your life every day.